Hello and welcome to Mumblecast, the oddly structured, poorly researched podcast extravaganza. My name is Liam and as always I'm here with my co-host Kayla.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
This is our first podcast of 2019.
Woohoo.
We've done this over 3 different years now. 17,
That's
18 and
insane.
19. How good are we?
We're
probably
pretty
the
cool.
same as very many other podcasts, but we can probably say that we have been the most consistent podcast with the fewest listeners.
We probably do meet that goal.
I think we should probably go into the Guinness Book of World Records.
We should.
Fill in the application form we spoke about a couple of podcasts ago.
I agree.
I wonder, can you get a world record of being the worst at something?
We're not the worst.
Close to it.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. However, on Spotify, which now you can catch us on Spotify, so if you want to listen to us on iTunes, if you want to catch us, stream us, you can go get us on Spotify, The Mumblecast. There is actually another podcast called The Mumblecast that has like 3 episodes, and it's really bad. So at least we're not as bad as them.
And
They only have 3 episodes yet. But I don't know why. I don't know why they put it on Spotify, because it's from like 2017. I'm like, why you only got 3 and you've now put them on Spotify?
They just not put it on Spotify?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, unless they're like part of a program that does it. Anyway, that's neither here or there. Do you do anything fun over Christmas?
We stayed here.
Oh, that's not fun.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it. Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Did you get anything nice from Santa?
I got a lot of Harry Potter stuff.
That's
Got a Harry
good.
Potter book and another Harry Potter book and a Deathly Hallows lamp and
But Harry Potter, like as like a what type of book? Like
it's
a picture book.
Yes, it's the picture version of the illustrated version of the novels.
So does it still have the words? Or does it just have
Yes.
pictures? Now, do they look like the movie characters, or do they look slightly different? They look like
Slightly
the description of the
different,
book.
They're
Is Harry
amazing.
Potter more handsome in it?
No,
Because let's be fair, he's not handsome at all.
no,
Is he even meant to be handsome?
I don't think so.
Weird how she wrote it like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But none of them are really handsome. Is Hermione might be good looking?
I don't
She's
think
not, is
so.
she?
I don't think any of them really are. It's just kind of like,
In fact, none of the whole Harry Potter movies, none of them are very good looking at all. Like even
Emma Watson is eventually.
eventually, but she wasn't very
Not in
good
the
looking. Well, she was an average looking kid,
Yeah.
which a lot of the average kids in high school actually become the better looking kids anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what else do you get?
Some snowboarding stuff, but
Oh, that's quite good.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw your boots downstairs. They look
those
very
are Drake's.
Oh, the Drake's
Mine are
boots.
upstairs.
Oh, yours upstairs. Okay.
Yeah.
Are they similar?
yeah,
Same onesies.
kind of.
You still have the
Mine
bow.
are different colors. Yeah. What about
Very
you?
good.
What did you get?
My little brother got me a pair of Converse. My middle brother got me 7 plain t-shirts, which I asked for. My sister got me some shorts, rugby shorts, and rugby socks, and something else. Can't remember. And Santa Claus, Mum and Dad, got me some aftershave and a few other bits and bobs. Nothing. I don't ask for, don't need much, so they got me what I needed and asked for.
Perfect.
Which is good. Yeah. And I got a picture, a framed picture.
A kind of picture.
I don't know how you describe the picture, but it's a framed picture, and I thank the person who gave it to me. Okay, cool. So, what are we doing today?
We're gonna talk about altitude sickness.
Why are we talking about that? Because that's a bit of a random subject for us.
It is kind of because our friend just got back from a snowboarding trip where she experienced altitude sickness, and we're going on some snowboarding trips soon where we could possibly experience altitude sickness. So hopefully this will teach us how to avoid it.
That sounds good. All right, well, in that case,
Let's get ready to mumble.
First of all, did you listen to the Twin podcast? Oh, she didn't.
I haven't listened to it yet. No.
Listeners, can you believe
Not
it?
yet.
She didn't listen to the previous part. It's really confusing. And when I listened back to it, I was like, which one's Connor? Which one's me?
Oh god.
Yeah, at some points I'm like, oh, that's Connor speaking. I was like, no, wait, no, that's definitely me speaking. I said that, and it's strange.
Okay, I'll listen to it.
So listeners, if you did listen to that one, I apologize if you didn't understand who was talking. It could have just been me.
Let
the whole
our
time.
listeners know which color shirt you were. Do we have a final consensus?
I haven't
Blue
asked
or
my mum
green?
and dad yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm blue.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm blue, but I might not be.
Okay.
I'll confirm by next week.
Cool.
Okay. Altitude sickness. What is it?
There's a lot of information.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Lots.
Keep it simple-ish.
Okay.
So,
I can
like-
do that. So altitude sickness is a negative, bad health effect from going higher in altitude too quickly.
Okay.
That's the general definition. Basically what happens is as you increase in altitude, the oxygen in the air decreases because of the air pressure, and then that just kind of messes your body up. So it's called by rapid exposure to low amounts of oxygen at higher levels. or higher altitude levels. It typically occurs above 2,500 meters, but can start at 1,500 meters.
Okay.
So what happens is the decrease. So your body's getting less oxygen, so it's having to work harder, and then also you can experience dehydration due to the higher rate of water vapor that you lose in your lungs, and so that can also help contribute to the sickness as well. So then this happens, and you start feeling really sick. Mm-hmm. You start getting like headaches. And
is that because your head's not hydrated or because it's not got oxygen?
Both.
Both, okay.
Yeah. Headaches, you can have vomiting, tiredness, trouble sleeping, dizziness, all of these things. And then you just start feeling pretty crappy.
Now, do you think, does that have, you don't have the information for this probably because I'm just going to be asking random questions, but we can speculate.
Okay.
Do you think someone who is fitter
No.
affects them any worse or better?
No. I read that it doesn't matter how fit you are. That has nothing to do with it.
How about if you have a really good lung capacity, so you're still getting a fair bit of oxygen
that
compared
might
to
help.
someone else?
Maybe. Because I know you can I don't think you can train completely for it, but I know there's definitely things you can do to train or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just exposing yourself to it more. I don't know. But
yeah, because I know, so, all right, well, more so I've got other stuff we'll talk about. We can talk about that after we've actually kind of gone through the sickness side of things. So you said 2,500 meters up, that's when it usually happens, but it can start a lot lower. Mm-hmm. And how quick is rapid? You said it was it happens with quick change of altitude. Mm-hmm. Is that driving, or can you walk up that and still get that altitude sickness? Or
so they recommend gradually increasing elevation no more than 300 meters a day.
Oh, wow. God, you didn't get anywhere.
Yeah. It's nothing.
But who does that? Who does the recommendation there?
I don't know.
It's a stupid recommendation.
But that's to completely prevent it. Make sure you don't get it if you go up 300 meters per day.
So as if you're someone who's maybe susceptible to it, for whatever reason. Okay.
But I don't know that anybody's going that slowly. But it definitely says if you're worried about getting it, then don't drive or fly. Try to walk instead. Because it would take you longer. And then also, so like we were talking about with snowboarding, what it's saying is getting there, you're already...
okay, so I'll continue.
You're already changing the altitude, and then starting to do a strenuous task right after that. They'd recommend not doing any type of strenuous activity in the first 24 hours you're there. So that also, is supposed to prevent it. But, nobody is getting to a mountain and then not doing anything for 24 hours.
Well, we're going to go on a ski trip, snowboarding trip, I should say, because none of us are skiers, in a couple of weeks. And we are flying to Denver, and that elevation is only 1 mile above sea level. Mm-hmm. It's the Mile High City or whatever, okay? So that's about 5,000 feet above sea level. So we are, what's Houston actually, do you know?
I have no idea.
What do you think Houston is? Guess.
It's pretty low.
Oh yeah, we're super low.
1,000?
It says 80 feet.
Oh. Okay.
Wow, yeah, so Houston is only 50 feet above sea level.
That makes more sense. Never mind.
That's quite crazy. That's really low, as in Houston will be gone if those ice caps melt proper. Yeah. And then Denver is already 5,000. So as soon as you get off the plane, you're already 5,000. So you've jumped from 50 to 5,000 as soon as we get there. And then driving to any one of the ski resorts. So, for example, you have Vail, which is 8,000. You've got Colorado Springs, 6,000. You've got Breckenridge, which is 9,500 or 9,600. Mm-hmm. So that's an extra 4,000 or 5,000 on top of Denver, and you drive there in 2 hours. Yeah.
So 2,500.
How long would it take us
to walk?
How many days was it recommended? So it was 300
meters
per day.
Yeah.
And we've gone from 50 to, say we went to Colorado, the highest one.
But that's in feet. So you have to convert it to meters. So 8,000 feet
so it's basically
is 2,500 meters.
So 9,000 feet is basically 300, is divided by 3 will give you about roughly. So it's 3,000. Mm-hmm. So divided by 300, you're looking at about 10 days. 10 days to get up to the elevation, and then 1 day not to do, or I'm sure if you've come up steadily, you probably can go straight technically. Which what we're going to do is we're going to fly there, we're going to drive there, and we're going to go straight around the slopes.
Yep. And then we're going to get sick.
Nah. I've been last 2 years and I've not even felt a thing.
Okay.
A little bit more tired climbing upstairs.
Yeah.
But is
that from snowboarding or from altitude sickness?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So you've never had it or been aware of having it? No. I think the highest I've been is probably Breckenridge actually when I went last year. And that was, I don't think I've been higher than that. I know my brother's done Machu Picchu and like stuff near Chile. I think they're quite high in comparison to some other places. Do you have any idea how tall Machu Picchu is?
No.
I don't know, Machu Picchu is only 7,900, so it's not that far, but, you know, it's still somewhat high. But he didn't see any altitude sickness. I did have a friend who went up Kilimanjaro, and I'm pretty sure Kilimanjaro's pretty tall. And he said he suffered from pretty bad altitude sickness, and to the point, so they were climbing it. It's like a lot of British people climb Kilimanjaro. I'm not quite sure why. So a lot of people do it for charity, but a lot of people do it for charity. I don't quite know. So that's 19,000 feet. So that's 10,000 more than what we were talking about. And he said near the top of the last like couple hundred feet, that's when it's really difficult and stuff. They've got a nice path and they've got the Sherpas which help you along. But he says he was just like falling asleep. And like he'd be walking with his backpack and he'd be falling asleep, and like people would have to be like, dragging him up the hill, and then the Sherpas end up like having to slap him every couple of minutes to keep him awake, because the last thing you do is to sleep, because it can't leave you there. You can't hold the whole team back, and it's a real struggle. So, you know, the Sherpas are carrying your bag, so you've got a little rucksack, and he said he tells it as a joke, it's a fun story now, but, you know,
it's pretty scary.
Yeah, it can be pretty bad, you know.
Wow.
And what other mountain? Well, you've obviously got Everest, 29,000 feet. That's not 10,000 more than Kilimanjaro. I didn't know that. I don't know, so much more.
Yeah.
So I'm sure hundreds of people have died because of, they take oxygen tanks because they need that oxygen.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's if you go up above 6,000 meters, then they recommend, like, you can only do it in short spurts, and they recommend taking oxygen.
If you've got more than 6,000?
Yeah.
Wow. So even to Breckenridge, they would suggest that then?
But that was feet.
Oh, yes. I forget the feet and meters. That's what I'm getting confused now. So how much is 6,000 meters? 18,000 feet-ish. 18. Okay, so Kilimanjaro was just at the cusp of that. K2 would be 28,000, which is in the Himalayas as well, I think, is it not?
I don't know.
Not sure. And then Everest obviously is the 29. How big was Mount Fiji? Do you remember?
No.
You don't remember?
No, but I just looked up the elevation between Tokyo and Niseko, which is where we went snowboarding last year. So Tokyo is 40 meters, and then Niseko is 1,300.
Oh, wow. That's
so we did a pretty
big
one.
Yeah. You didn't feel it then? No.
I don't even know what altitude sickness was. Yeah. I'm kind of scared now, because I'm like, now that I know about it, I feel like I'm going to convince myself that I have it.
Yeah, you will, probably. But it's nothing. As someone may have got it because they were a little bit more dehydrated, or maybe it was something else. It might not be an altitude sickness, you know? You never know, really. It could just be a headache. Mount Fiji is only 12,000. So that means Mount Fiji was a little bigger. Well, of course it wasn't, because it was a different island.
Yeah.
Was it a different island? No. Same island, just
Same
different area.
island. Yeah. We could see it from Tokyo.
Oh, okay.
Right outside of Tokyo, yeah.
Wait, what, the place you went skiing?
No,
Oh, Mount Fiji. Yeah. But that wasn't as tall as the other one.
No.
Do you have anything else about altitude sickness?
So some of the risk factors for it are prior episodes. So if you've ever had it before, then it, like, you could possibly have it again. It's like you have much higher opportunity to have it again. The high degree of activity, so going snowboarding right away.
Yeah, I don't think snowboarding you're not breathing heavy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not in the same way you would if you were going running or if you were going biking up a hill.
I don't know. The amount of times I fell down and had to it took me like at least 7 minutes to stand back up. I was breathing pretty heavy by the time I stood up.
Okay, that's fair. Maybe once you get accustomed to it.
Once you're good at it, then no.
That's fair.
And then obviously a rapid increase in elevation is a risk factor. And then for prevention, it's gradually increase elevation, avoid strenuous activity within the first 24 hours, avoid alcohol and sleeping pills, because alcohol helps, it causes dehydration. Sleeping pills would make it worse, obviously. And then increase your water intake prior to going, making sure you're just really hydrated. And then there's some medicine that they recommend, or it's not routinely recommended, but it helps with like rapid ascent. So I guess like if you're climbing one of those mountains or something, you may have to take it, but like it's not typically a thing that you'd take, because it has a lot of bad side effects, like pins and needles in your fingers and toes, and you pee more, which is weird because your whole thing is like your dehydration or whatever.
So what would it do? Like increase the size of your blood vessels
I don't
or something to help transport oxygen?
Maybe. It also makes fizzy drinks taste flat. I thought that was a really weird one.
Oh, yeah, I would hate that. Get that drug away from me.
Yeah.
I love fizzy drinks because of the fizz. Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And then treatment is to descend to a lower altitude and have sufficient fluids. And for like lighter cases, you like can take Tylenol and stuff.
That's really funny because a lot of people that go to these ski resorts, the first thing they do is get out on the slopes, drink a bunch, forget to drink water.
Yes.
And it's just...
But also, who is getting altitude sickness and then being like, all right, I guess I'm going to go descend really fast? Like,
yeah.
Nobody.
It's like, hey, that's got to zoom down the mountain. Yeah. But it's... Yeah. So it's like... Altitude is really interesting because it makes those adjustments. Like, we well know about altitude in sports. Mm-hmm. You know, people training in Mexico City or in Denver because of the altitude and it helping increase the amount of blood vessels that you can have to carry oxygen. Because you have lack of oxygen in your body, I can't remember if it creates more blood cells to carry the oxygen, or if it allows your blood cells to carry more oxygen. Okay. One or the other, I can't quite remember. We spoke about it on our supplements or PED one, and it's something at the base of your spine that kind of releases anyway. So a lot of people do their sort of, it's essentially a type of blood doping. People will go up there.
Oh yeah, I remember
they'll get that oxygen in the blood, then they'll take it out of themselves and stuff.
Yep.
And a lot of people have like these elevation tanks that they sleep in to try and help with that, which can help. The thing about it is you need to have your body under that stress for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen these people in the gym that wear these like altitude masks? These sort of like Sub-Zero type masks. They're useless because they'll go in and spend 20 minutes doing it. They don't actually help with any sort of altitude type things unless you've got that on for 24 hours plus. Yeah, where you're simulating that. Sure, but the more benefit is that you're strengthening your respiratory muscles. That's the bigger benefit from it rather than actual altitude. But yeah, altitude is kind of interesting. So the best way to prevent it is basically if you don't have time to walk up really slowly and not activities, we basically drink a lot of water and try and avoid alcohol for at least the first 24 hours. And that's about it, really.
Yeah, those would be the two I say. Drink water.
Which we're pretty good at in Houston because of the heat anyway. Yeah. I was really bad at it when I go back to Scotland. It's weird. When I go back to Scotland, I forget to drink water. Really? Because it's cold and I'm not getting sweaty or dehydrated. And so it's always like the first 4 or 5 days now, I'm always dehydrated because I don't drink enough water. But my body's like so used to it now. And
then from the plane too, like you get dehydrated then as well. So that on top of not drinking, not good. Because
I have my Yeti and I'll drink, and I have my big Nagline. Yeah. What's that company called? Nageline? Like that Black Widow thing I got you.
Oh, Nalgene.
Nalgene, okay, yeah. I got my big one, and I'll go through like 2 or 3 of them at work, and I was like, okay, cool. But I don't do that when I go home.
Yeah, I struggle with water. If I'm not in a routine, like over Christmas, I struggled with water too, but it was just like being out of routine.
I think, that's probably a part of it for me as well. Yeah. With my Mayo, I drink lots of water. I don't know if that changes the hydration factors, probably not, but it's yummy. It's expensive though. It's like $4 a wee pot.
Do you ever drink just plain water?
Yeah, I will when I don't have Mayo.
But like every day, do you have any plain water, or like on a day where you have the Mayo, do you? Okay.
Really? I don't know why I would. Make it taste better. I know it's got chemicals in it and shit, but I mean, there's worse things for me.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. That's just my bad. You got anything else on your notes?
No.
Try to think anything else about altitude. So we have you don't have it on a plane, obviously because it's pressurized cabin. But if you lose pressure, you could probably get it quite quickly.
Is that where the oxygen mask comes into play?
Yeah. Well, there's the Fight Club theory. Have you heard the Fight Club theory?
No.
Have you seen Fight Club?
No.
Okay, so Fight Club is a scene where Tyler Durden and the narrator are on a plane, and he was telling like oxygen masks. The reason they do that is because it has a kind of a calming, hallucinogenic kind of, not totally hallucinogenic, but a calming factor in the brain. So they give you pure oxygens to calm you down because you're probably going to crash and die. It's very pessimistic, but it's just the way they've written it. It's not really what goes on. And the reason is do it because it's so high up. There's so little oxygen.
Yeah.
Like the initial, just because of the pressure change, and then they could theoretically settle.
Yeah.
But you'd have issues with breathing. So they do that.
Okay.
And it's better to get, help yourself or someone else, because if you help someone else before, then you go dizzy, then you can't help yourself, especially if it's a kid.
Yeah.
So you help yourself so you can make sure your brain is working fine to help everyone else. And they'll last longer without oxygen than both of you not, type thing. And then, so you've got the opposite of altitude sickness, which is the same, well, it's similar but different. Because I don't think this is, because me and Drake were talking about this before we started the podcast, you've got the one when you scuba dive.
Yes.
And you can get sick. But that's not from lack of oxygen, because you have your oxygen tank.
Yeah, that one.
That's from bubbles being created in your body through the nitrogen. So it's still to do with the pressure change. When you go lower, the pressure gets a lot heavier because you've got the pressure of the water on your body and stuff. So then your body absorbs a lot of nitrogen.
Okay.
And then when it comes back up again, the nitrogen expands and leaves your body, but it creates these, if it does it rapidly, it creates these bubbles, which can cause real big issues and can kill you, basically, if you do it. And they're irreversible. So if you go down 1,000 feet or 500 meters, and then you come up too quickly, whatever happens, you could pretty much lose function in your body, lose function of your arms or your legs, whatever it affects, because it could happen anywhere because your blood's everywhere type thing. So that can be really bad. I remember when I went scuba diving, that's the only thing that was just like, fuck, this is what you have to do,
So how slowly do you come up?
Really slowly. So they always have enough oxygen to make sure that they can, you can drop down as quick as you can, but you have to come up. It's something like, I could check, I probably should look it up, but it's something like 100 meters every 3 minutes or 10 minutes or something. It's really slowly.
That's like, that would make me not ever want to go scuba diving.
Well, they're very good at controlling it.
Oh, okay. Like teaching you how to do it. And like, I guess you have a guide who's like explaining it as you come up. He's like, okay, now rise to this level. Yeah.
And I think, to scuba dive properly, you need to be certified. There's lots of certifications about it. So divers are recommended to make a safety stop of 3 to 5 minutes between 15 and 20 feet at the end of the dive. So every 15, 20 feet.
Damn.
They take a 3 to 5 minutes safety break. That's crazy. One of the basic things is that prevent nitrogen bubbles is added time during a safety stop. That's crazy, eh?
Yeah, I didn't realize that scuba diving was that intense.
Scuba diving's super fun, and it's really sort of like, it is like you going into a totally different world. It's as close to like being an astronaut as you're going to get, And like, I'm not doing it deep. I've done nothing that can be affected, but I'm not even deep enough to be even closely affected. But
can you see the sky?
I could.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you could see the ground from. Well, I didn't really clear water, but I've never dove. I've never dove really deep.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bit cool though. I was wanting to, but it's like a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, a lot of
I don't want to do it that much
to get the certifications.
I think it's a little bit cheaper than people think.
Oh, really?
But I'm not sure. I might be way off. Because you have different levels.
Yeah.
It's the same as everything. It's like how deep you can go and what different kind of areas you can dive into and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, not too bad. All right. Well, I saw a podcast on altitude sickness.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Let's hope we don't get it.
Nah, we won't. We'll report back if we do.
Yes.
But we won't. I'm pretty confident we won't.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Shits and hits. We've not done this for a while, so you should have something for me.
I mean, I have a very similar one to what you're gonna have.
Oh yeah. Well, you talk about that one, and then I'll talk about another.
Okay.
Things.
So we watched Birdbox, and
which is the whole internet in the world has watched apparently.
Yes, everybody on Netflix.
It was all over the radio this week. I don't know if you listened to the radio, but yeah.
It was pretty good. I thought it was gonna be scary. Well, I kind of was scared. I definitely kept my phone on the Wikipedia page and read it as we watched it so that I could know exactly what was coming up so I didn't get too scared. It kept me awake, which was good. I only jumped a couple of times. I never closed my eyes. I was pretty proud of myself.
That was pretty good. You really should have closed your eyes.
I know.
They all have blindfolds. Why don't they just close their eyes?
Because it's tempting. It's tempting to open your eyes.
I bet you, even when filming, they all had their eyes really tight. I know they showed Sandra Bullock having her eyes open to kind of figure out light, and that's probably the best way to do it. But
well, the other thing is, if you have a blindfold like this, you can always look down and see your feet. So if you're walking in the woods and you have a blindfold on,
well, that's what I thought. But I was like, they probably didn't even risk it. Would you risk looking down?
Do you think that thing was underneath them?
I don't know where it was. They didn't show you what it was. Like, I wouldn't risk looking down.
Oh, I guess. I didn't even think about that. I was just like, that's exactly why I thought that they had the blindfold, so they could, like, see their feet when they walk.
I mean, like, if it can affect you through a TV screen. Spoiler alerts, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen
Yeah,
Birdbox.
sorry, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I think Sandra Bullock's a great actress.
Yes.
Actor. What do you say? Female actor? I don't know.
Actress?
She was really good in it. The kids annoyed the hell at me. I wanted to kill them both, boy and girl.
They did a lot of stupid shit.
Sad that Tom died. I don't feel like he had to die. I think they could have got away.
I agree.
But no, it was good. And the ending was a bit meh. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the ending.
Yeah, I do wish the ending would have been.
Spied it from a mile away. The whole blind thing.
Oh, I didn't.
You knew that was coming. You know, I knew that was coming.
Well, I mean, I knew it was coming too because I read Wikipedia. But
No, I knew, but as in the only way, like this, any sort of, obviously the blind people are going to be safe.
Yeah.
You know, so it was. Yeah, I don't know.
I
It was
guess that
good.
makes sense.
Sure, that was a hit then.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
It was a hit.
Yeah.
I also watched. Oh, we watched Venom. I fell asleep though, so I can't really attest to any of that.
Did you watch it again? No.
No. What else have I watched?
Venom wasn't. You know what? We were going on about it for so long. We mentioned this podcast a lot, and it was fine.
Yeah.
It was exactly what everyone else has said. It's fine. Yeah. It's not a great movie. It's far from a great movie actually, but it's not a shocking movie either. On the plane I watched Quiet Place, which I think is a better version of Bird Box.
Okay.
You should watch it.
Okay.
But I know it's like a year old now. What else did I watch? I watched Tomb Raider. Bored. That's from this year as well. And I watched. What did I watch on the way back? Can't remember.
You watched a TV show, no?
Oh yes, good memory. I watched the Defiant Ones, which is a HBO like 6-part documentary, I think, on the life and sort of business acumen of Dr. Dre and Phil Ivey, who were the owners and sold a couple of years ago Beats headphones to Apple for like $3 billion or something.
Yeah.
And it just kind of talked about their life there. That was really good, really interesting. Everybody will know of some musician that one of them have dealt with, which is really cool. And like for me, I knew of the older musicians, but I'm not as connected to them. Some of the new rap ones and stuff that was quite good. It's definitely worth a watch, but it's fucking long. You know, it was like 45 minutes for all 6 episodes, and thank God I was on a plane for that long. But I don't know if it was captivating enough for me to sit down and watch it if I wasn't on a plane. Someone had given me a DVD for it about almost a year ago. I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch this. Never watched it.
Yeah.
I gave him back this week saying, oh yeah, I watched it. It was great. Oh yeah. And I was like, should tell him I watched it on the plane, not these DVDs. But no, that was really good.
Okay, so hit.
It's a hit, but I'm not going to say go watch it.
Okay.
It's interesting, but don't go watch it. The Dr. Dre side, just go watch his movie, the Straight Outta Compton movie. I quite enjoyed that. And that details a fair bit of that life.
Okay.
Doesn't mention the beat stuff, but yeah, so it's interesting, but don't waste your time if you don't have it. Yeah. If you don't really care. I watched Aquaman. That's fine.
Yeah.
I would say it's on par. Well, so it's the script's better, the CGI's better, the actors are better than in Venom, but to me, it's the same level as Venom. You know, it's just okay. It didn't absorb me into the DC universe any more than I was hoping. Yeah. Wasn't better than Wonder Woman. Jason Momoa,
right?
Momoa, I think.
Momoa, I don't know.
Jason Momoa. He's cool. Yeah, he. If it wasn't him,
yeah,
I don't know if it'd be that interesting.
No, he is.
He has a very good charisma and he plays that character very well. As in, name anyone else. If it was Jake Gyllenhaal, I don't think I'd be that interested.
No.
You know?
No.
There's just, and the thing is, so traditionally Aquaman has blonde hair, and his brother, Ocean Master, would have dark hair, and they kind of swapped it around for this. I think if it was the guy with blonde hair, people wouldn't have liked it. If it wasn't this sort of beer guzzling, sort of brute of a man type, you know, people wouldn't be interested.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And I haven't even
I'm trying to think what blonde actor it could have been. Just nobody.
It could have been Chris Hemsworth, but that wouldn't have made any sense.
No, but as in, like, even if his brother's got dark hair, I guess, but they did a really good job casting this, and in a way that it made it interesting. Everyone takes a piss out of Aquaman because he's this blonde hair,
He's Aquaman.
blue-eyed merman.
Yeah.
But Jason Momoa made it this kind of cool
guy.
Cool Pacific Island type person.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was good. What else did I watch? Anything? I didn't watch anything new. Did you?
I don't think so.
Play or listen to anything new? I didn't listen to much at all new. I've been trying to, but nothing gets released at Christmas time that much, you know?
Yeah. I don't think I have.
I went back to listen to some old songs, but that's usual. Yeah. All right. What we do next week?
I don't know yet.
We're going to have to figure that out.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, this has been a shorter podcast, but it's kind of the length that we wanted to get them to, even though we never managed, but that's grand. Anything else to add?
No.
All right, perfect. Well, I've been Liam.
I'm Kayla.
And this has been Mumblecast.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Call to action. Listeners, tweet us, Instagram us.
Say something.
Download our Spotify. Say something. Review us on iTunes. Okay, that's it. Bye.
Bye.